going to talk about white pass. Getting a white pass. We're going to have a white person theme on today's show. Speaking of white folks, man, I always look in the media, always check out shows on the media, and people always give Kevin Federline a hard time. Am I the only person who likes Kevin Federline? I like Kevin Federline. I like that dude, man. Something about him I like. I don't know if it's the fact that he was like a dude who was just basically broke and he macked up on a female who was a millionaire. There's something admirable about that to me. You know, they try to make him out, oh, he's a bum, he's a deadbeat. What the fuck you mean? He's just, somebody chose up on him. A female who was a millionaire chose up on him. Who wouldn't accept that? All my players out there, for a fly millionaire female chose up on you, well, she was fly at the time, you would get up on that, right? Now, people give him a lot of unwarranted scrutiny. I don't like that. I like K-Fed. As a matter of fact, let me dedicate a song to K-Fed. This is for you, K-Fed. This is for you, player.
You know it's hard out here for a pill.
Keep your head up, K-Fed. Keep your head up, K-Fed. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, K-Fed, man. Keep your head up, player. Don't let them fuck with you, player. Get your money, homie. Get your alimony. You become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, nigga. Get your money. Anyway. Other stuff going on in the news. Also, let me drop my other website, UnitedPlayersOfAmerica.com. That's where you can check out good game from other players. And you can also check out my blog at myspace.com/Tariq_Nasheed. Great blog where players such as yourself can chop up good game. Other stuff in the news. Speaking of alimony, Michael Jordan has finally got divorced from Juanita. The divorce has been finalized. They are officially done. It's a wrap. And I can imagine the kind of bread that this brother has to break. Now, a lot of people are saying, and I've read this on a few message boards, like Michael Jordan is going to run and get his white women and he's going to do the black man thing, go get white women, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, Michael Jordan, you know, if he likes white women, that's his thing. People try to make it seem like brothers are really, really checking for white females. Brothers are not checking for white females like they used to. And I do speak for a lot of brothers out there. That whole chasing the white girl thing, that's really not in vogue right now. That's not the chic thing now. So people, you need to update your stereotypes. Brothers aren't chasing after the white girls like they used to back in the 70s and the 80s. And partly because a lot of brothers aren't buying the bullshit propaganda that's going on. In the media, a lot of white girls get white passes. A lot of white girls in the media these days get props simply because they're white. And a lot of brothers, we're getting kind of hip to it. I know I'm hip to it. But it's definitely a white pass. For a sister to get props on her beauty, she has to be like the bomb. She has to be on some Holly Berry, you know, Gabrielle Union shit, just a certified dime, in order for the mainstream to really acknowledge her as a, you know, beauty queen or a bombshell. But white women, we have to be honest, they get props just because they're white. Like Uma Thurman. You know Uma Thurman, she was in Pulp Fiction and she was in the movie Kill Bill. And I notice in the media, they always talk about how beautiful Uma Thurman is. She's gorgeous, she's beautiful. No, she's not. You're saying that because she's white. Come on, white America. Don't try to sell us on no bullshit now. Uma Thurman is aight. She has a very unique look. She's very interesting to look at on film. But I was looking at Kill Bill in my room in Hawaii, and she's not as fly as you guys try to make her out to be. She's a good actress, the whole shebang. But chill out on the bullshit. Another one is Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton looks aight. She gets a white pass. Y'all give her props simply because she's white. She's not as fly as you guys try to make her out to be. And my thing is this. I will give props to a fly white woman. If she's fly, I will be the first to give her props. I have no problem giving a white woman her props, or any race of woman their props if they deserve it. Like Scarlett Johansson, the white actress, the blonde chick, that's a bad white broad. She's fly, I give you that. Jessica Simpson, oh dingy ass Jessica Simpson, I'll give you that. Jessica Simpson is a fly white girl. She's dumb as a damn brick, but she's a fly white girl. I give you that. Carmen Electra, fly white woman. I will give you that. Ice-T's wife, Coco, bad white woman. So I have no problem giving props where props are due. But don't come telling me Lindsay Lohan is fly. Lindsay Lohan ain't fly. And what's that other chick? Tara Reid? Now, a lot of black folks might not know who I'm talking about, but white folks, my white listeners, they know who I'm talking about. They had Tara Reid. She had a show on E! Called Paradise, some bullshit, and they try to make it seem like she's some kind of sex symbol. Tara Reid is a hot mess, man. She's not fly. She gets a white pass. Another one is Kirsten Dunst. And now for the brothers out there who don't know what I'm talking about, she was the chick who was in the movie Spider-Man. She was in, I think, 1 and 2. She was Peter Parker's love interest. And they fawn over her, make it seem like she's just the best thing since sliced bread. No. No, she's not. Come on, y'all. Don't try to sell us on the bullshit. And another one, them old hungry-ass Olsen twins. They're not fly. You guys following them around with cameras, making it seem like they're little princesses? No, they're not. Them bitches look sickly. They're not fly. A lot of white folks get white passes. That's a fact of reality. In this country, they get white passes. I was looking at the news last week, and I saw that one of those white teachers down, I think she was in Florida, one of those teachers, she was molesting her students, having sex with one of her students, very attractive white woman, and they were going through the trial, and they end up dropping the charges. This woman won't get no jail time or nothing. Now, there was another famous case of this white woman. She was having sex with one of her students, and the only reason she got jail time is because I think they gave her probation, and she went back and started fucking the little boy again. And she went to jail for a couple of years, and she got out, and they tried to make it look like this whirlwind romance. They made the shit all romantic. It was a crime. She got a white pass. Now, black folks can't get away with no shit like that. Black teachers molesting the students, they're not going to make it all romantic. They'll throw niggas under the jail over that shit. Now, these white women get white passes, and the reason why they get these passes, a lot of times the white women get passes because other white women will support them. A lot of white women in the country will rally around other white women who are in trouble. There was a white woman named Andrea Yates who drowned her children. I think I talked about this before. And she was convicted, but the conviction was overturned a few years later, and she was found not guilty by reason of insanity. This bitch drowned 5 of her kids in a damn bathtub. And I talked about that in my book, Player Be Played, which was written in 2003. I said she was going to get a slap on the wrist. I knew that this woman was going to get released. I already knew because the white feminist movement was going to back this woman up. She got a white pass. Another thing in the media, this white woman who was, I think she was crowned Miss USA or Miss America, one of them. You guys know what I'm talking about, the Donald Trump thing. Miss USA was out in Vegas, so she was doing something. She was out there just living recklessly. She's the crowned Miss America, Miss USA, but she's out here getting high. She's fucking everybody, getting drunk, just doing all types of crazy shit. But they let her keep her crown. They had a big press conference about it, and they let her keep her crown. She got a white pass. Now, for those who remember Vanessa Williams, the black actress Vanessa Williams, back in the 80s when she was crowned Miss America, they found out that she had some naked photos that she did a few years before when she was much younger. And the photos weren't even that raunchy. They were somewhat tasteful. I saw the photos when I was a kid. It wasn't no raunchy shit. She just did some photos when she was younger. They snatched the crown away from her ass so fast she didn't know what hit her. See, black folks, when we do shit, we gotta stay in line. But white folks get a white pass. We're just letting you know we're hip to the white pass. That white pass is not a joke. But don't try to sell us on the bullshit. That these women are beautiful and all that. That was my whole point of the game. There's a lot of sisters out here that's killing them. A lot of new actresses. The chick, I can't even think of their names. That chick who was in that new Will Smith movie who played the wife. I think her name is Zoe or something. I can't think of that woman's name. Thandie Newton. I can't think of that woman's name, but she's fine as hell. Kerry Washington, fine ass sister. There's a couple of more. But don't try to sell us on the bullshit, white folks. Anyway, I digress. Let me get to some of the emails that I've been getting. I've been getting a lot of emails from guys asking me what's my opinion about men fighting over women. And that's a very good question. There's a lot of situations where women will try to pit men against each other. Women do this in order to get a form of ego gratification. There's a lot of women out here who secretly get a rush. They get gratification in knowing that they can have men fighting over them. And I've touched on this before. Let me give you an example. That woman, Carmen Bryant, Nas's baby mom. She's relishing, or she was relishing over the fact that she had Nas and Jay-Z beefing. I don't even think it was about her, but she's kind of disillusioned. She was bragging about how the whole thing was over her. And you have women like this, man. You have women that will pit you against another dude. They like the fact that they can control two dumbass niggas, have them scrapping over her. That's why I like the street players. The street players They didn't let it go down like that. Street players like to communicate with the other player. You don't take secondhand information from the woman. If there's a problem going on with this woman and another dude, you talk to the other dude like a man if there's a problem. But you don't let the woman pit you against another dude. You do not fight over a female. You're not supposed to be fighting no dude anyway unless there's just blatant disrespect. As a man, you're supposed to sit down and chop it up with his brother. Now, granted, in our community, in the black community, we have a lot of people who like to prey on what they perceive as weak. If they perceive you as being weak, niggas will test you. That's why niggas always walking around trying to be thuggish and gangster. And that's a whole different subject within itself. But you don't have to fight other niggas over no bullshit. And that's the most common thing what dudes fight over. They fight over some broad. You're supposed to sit down with another dude and chop up game if there's a problem between you, him, and a female. You talk to the dude first, because the female is always going to make some shit sound greasy, like she's the innocent one out of the whole thing. The woman will never really take responsibility for any kind of wrongdoing in a situation. A woman will say some shit like, oh damn, my ex keeps calling me. My baby daddy keeps calling me. He won't leave me alone. And then your little Captain Save-A-Ho cape starts flapping in the wind. You want to run over there talking greasy. You don't know that this nigga is still fucking that broad. Or she's over here telling him some shit she ain't supposed to be telling him. There's two sides to every story. Now, granted, some dudes you can't really chop it up with like that. Some dudes might be just on some bullshit. You can't sit down and talk rationally with the nigga. If that's the case, you charge both of their asses to the game. And this is really true with women who have baby daddies. And on tomorrow's show, I'm going to talk about the whole pregnancy thing, dealing with baby daddies. I'm going to do a whole pregnancy show tomorrow. But in a lot of cases where a woman has a baby daddy around, it's always some he said, she said shit going on. There's always some real greasy shit going on. Not always, but in many cases. And you got to watch that. But don't fight over no female. That's very unmackish. Very unmackish. Because you know what happens when you up here fighting this nigga over this broad? Both of you niggas get locked up. Guess what she's going to be doing? That's right. She's going to be out here chilling with the next two fools. Getting them in some shit. Like that football player who just got killed over in Denver. The word is he got killed over a female. This is from what I heard. I don't know the particulars about it, but just through the grapevine, he got killed by fucking with some nigga's woman or hollering at somebody's woman, some shit. I don't know all the details, but that's just the gist of it. Real corny shit. It ain't worth it. Nigga, your life is more valuable than some piece of hood twang that you hidden. Anyway, I digress. Got another email from a brother down in Atlanta named Rock B. He asked a very good question. He said, Tariq, can men be considered hoes too? Is there a double standard? Well, Rock B, men can be considered hoes. But the difference between a male hoe and a female hoe is that the male hoe can usually come to terms with his hoishness. A male hoe is at least honest with himself about being a hoe, dealing with different women. Whereas a female hoe will lie to herself about it. She's not true to herself about it. There's a lot of shame in a lot of these what we call square hoes. A money-making hoe, true to the game money-making hoe, she ain't really tripping, but a lot of these square hoes, they'll lay up with a whole bunch of dudes and then make up excuses for why they did it to waive responsibility from themselves. Like a dude who's out here laying up with a bunch of females, he'll be like, damn, I had sex with 5 bras this week. Let me pop my motherfucking collar. He's cool with himself. He's come to terms with himself. If a woman went out and fucked 5 dudes in 1 week, she'll be saying some shit like, well, damn, I was drunk. It was the ecstasy. I was tricked. I was vulnerable. They took advantage of me. They say shit like that to themselves. And that's the difference. A lot of females who are hoish aren't true to themselves. And if they're not true to themselves, they're not going to be true to other people. And that's where they make mistakes in the game. Because if you're not being true to yourself, you leave yourself open for all types of bullshit. For diseases and for pregnancies, unwanted pregnancies, which again, I'm going to touch on that tomorrow. So that's the biggest difference between a male hoe and a female hoe. A male hoe can pop his collar. A female hoe will usually hide in shame. You become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, nigga. Get your money. Anyway. Other stuff going on in the news. Also, let me drop my other website, UnitedPlayersOfAmerica.com. That's where you can check out good game from other players. And you can also check out my blog at myspace.com/Tariq_Nasheed. Great blog where players such as yourself can chop up good game. Other stuff out there for a fly millionaire female chose up on you. Well, she was fly at the time. You would get up on that, right? Now, people give him a lot of unwarranted scrutiny. I don't like that. I like K-Fed. As a matter of fact, let me dedicate a song to K-Fed. This is for you, K-Fed. This is for you, player.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
Keep your head up, K-Fed. You keep your head up, K-Fed. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, K-Fed, man. Keep your head up, player. Don't let them fuck with you, player. Get your money, homie. Get your alimony. We're going to talk about white pass. Getting a white pass. We're going to have a white person theme on today's show. Speaking of white folks, man, I always look in the media, always check out shows on the media, and people always give Kevin Federline a hard time. Am I the only person who likes Kevin Federline? I like Kevin Federline. I like that dude, man. Something about him I like. I don't know if it's the fact that he was like a dude who was just basically broke and he macked up on a female who was a millionaire. There's something admirable about that to me. You know, they try to make him out, oh, he's a bum, he's a deadbeat. What the fuck you mean? He's just, somebody chose up on him. A female who was a millionaire chose up on him. Who wouldn't accept that? All my players